Good morning. Welcome, everyone. I wanted to have a quick chat just before we started our mindful movement this morning. Um, I tell a story quite often about when I do a special yoga class and I make it all like nurturing and sweet and it's not a lot of movement. And I had a lady come to that class once and we were doing all these restorative poses and she called me over and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Are we doing this all class?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "I don't have time for this." And she got up and left. And I thought, oh my gosh, like you clearly had time because you marked off between 9:30 and 10:30 to do this class. And funny that you should get distracted or feel like, you didn't have time. So what I want to tell you today is that you have signed up to take this class. Stay with us the whole hour and give yourself this time. The 8 limbs of yoga. The third one is asana movement. The fourth one is breath. The fifth one is withdrawal of the senses. So allow yourself to turn off the sound of the dryer binging and telling you that it's done. The sound of, the kids doing whatever in whatever other room. Turn off and withdraw. Withdraw and bring your attention down to you and your mat. And the sixth limb of yoga is dharana, which is single pointed focus. So just practice this right now. For this next hour, allow yourself to just withdraw, to tune inward, to come into yourself, single pointed focus, and just give yourself this nurturing time. And I'm going to check at the end of class to see how many of you logged off halfway through. Good luck. Okay, let's get started. You know that we're going to start either lying down or seated. So you choose what's best for you today. Last week I lay down on my battery pack and you couldn't hear a word I said. So this week I'm going to stay sitting up for you. All right? Settle in. Take a nice deep breath. We're in no hurry. We have an hour. We're going to put breath into this body and infuse it with that fresh vitality, oxygen, bring our awareness to the movement and current, the spanda, the expansion that is everything in our breath. Taking that nice deep inhale and long, slow exhale. Notice if you're breathing in through your nose or your mouth. And allow your breath to start to flow through your nose. You're feeling the expansion of the lungs. How that breath flows out into your limbs. You're allowing yourself to notice, perhaps for the first time today, how that breath permeates into your body. Let's just set an intention that by the end of class, our body's just going to feel fully saturated with breath. Full, plump, and juicy with all those nutrient packets that our breath delivers to the blood. You're slowing and you're deepening your breath. You're just allowing yourself to feel and tune into the sensations that are coming from within your body. Your single pointed focus for this next hour on you. We're building our internal literacy. And if you are reclined, if you are lying down on your mat, you're going to bring your knees into your chest and just roll on your back body. And if you are seated in any way, you can start to do those nice circles, allowing the spine to just move in a sweet round pattern. Changing directions. And if you are reclined, bringing yourself up to this seated position, joining us here. Yeah. Nice work. All right. Let your arms rest down beside you. We'll shrug the shoulders right up towards the ears and then drop them down away from those ears. Allow the fingers to sweep up by your side with a big inhale. Bring them up towards the sky. Clasp your fingers and then shrug the shoulders right up to join the ears and slide them down again. Shrug them up and slide them down. Go up and down. Nice. Now we're going to go up and lean right, come up to center, and lean left. Can you flow like that with your breath? Right, inhale to center, left. Depending on how you're seated, you might find that you can go further or not. Yeah, and then lower those hands down. Sweet. Roll over onto your hands and knees. So your palms will ground down, fingers spread wide. Remember, you can make fists if that feels better for you today. Knees underneath, toes curled under behind you. Roll the spine. Feel like a wave of motion starts at your tailbone, and one vertebrae at a time, it washes up your back to the crown of your head. Just like water rolling up the sandy beach. Feel that tide roll up the spine and slide back out to sea. Just cultivate the breath with the movement. Long and slow. Nice. Good. Let yourself come to a more neutral position and your back toes will curl under. Let those back toes ground into the mat, and then we'll just lift our knees about an inch off the floor. Nice. Do you feel how you get this power and strength through the arms and through the legs with those knees just lifted gently? Now sink the hips all the way backwards. Stretch through the spine. You're in this crouched position with knees lifted off the ground. Your head can just reach between your arms, palms pressing firmly into the floor. Now press into the ball of the foot and the toes and begin to let the tailbone rise to the sky. Keep your head relaxed, falling off the end of your spine and the chest reaching towards your thighs. Your whole goal is to just start to sway your hips in the air. Cultivate a really long, strong spine. We don't need to straighten our legs at all. Good. And now I want you to drop your knees to 1 inch off the ground. Push. Sweet work. Let the knees fall. Uncurl your toes. Stretch all the way back. Good work. Pull up to hands and knees. Knees go underneath hips. Hands can go just a little bit further away from you. All right, swing back and forth here. Hips come forward and they sink down to the ground. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Lift up and sweep backwards. Flow through here. There's an inhale to come up, an exhale for hips to sink down, an inhale to come up, an exhale for hips to sink back. Breathe in and out, and in and out. Nice work. All the way up, all the way down. Yeah. All right, good work. Come back into center. Let those hands drop underneath the shoulders again. Back toes curl under. Reach back into the downward dog one more time. Knees very bent. Reaching the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Pressing the palms into the floor. Paddle your heels. Paddle your heels and let your hips just sway in the air. Take long, slow breaths and just feel yourself working out any points of tension and tightness. It's like you're inviting your breath into all the corners of your body, finding all the nooks and crannies that need it. Gaze forward to your thumbs. Your knees can bend and walk feet to hands. Good. Tabletop. And exhale to release. Allow your hands to inhale all the way up to the sky and drop them to your heart. Good. Big breath in, hands to sky. Sweet forward fold. Lift to tabletop. And as you exhale, plant your hands onto the ground and step yourself back to plank again. Find that long, strong plank. Choose if you're going to drop to knees or not. Nice work. Let knees come all the way down to the ground now. And take your right foot. I'm going to change so you can see me better. Right foot out to the side. And then just sink the hips back and bring them forward again. Sink the hips back and bring them forward. Just allowing yourself to get some nice openness into that right hip socket. Coming all the way up, squaring that. That right knee is going to come out to the side and just do some circles. Do 3 backwards and 3 forwards. Good. And then let that down. You'll let your left foot sweep out to the side now. And sink the hips back towards the heels and come up again. Breathe. So there's a beautiful exhale. And the inhale draws you up again. Exhale down. Inhale draws you up again. You're just slowly noticing all the spots of the body where any sort of grippiness or tension is restricting the blood flow, restricting the receptivity of breath. We're moving all of that out of the way. Good. As you come back to your cat-cow, lift that left knee and do 3 circles forward and 3 backward. Nice. When you land out of that position, let's go back to our downward dog. Toes curl under. Bum lifts to sky. Head hangs off the end of your spine. Pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Just plug the shoulder blades into the back ribs. Remember, we're not too concerned yet about the bentness of our knees. We're really focused on the long spine, the length between the wrists and the sit bones. Long and straight. Good work. Gaze forward, walk the feet to hands, tabletop the back. And allow yourself to release. Inhale, fingers come all the way up to the sky, and exhale, drop them to heart. Breathe in and reach up. Breathe out for a big forward fold. Breathe in to tabletop. Exhale to plant your hands and find a plank again. Nice work. Shoulders planted squarely over top of wrists. Push through the heels. You're welcome to drop to your knees. We're going to lower down, allowing the elbows to graze the side ribs, letting yourself land on the floor. Uncurl those toes. Good. Hands gentle beside the shoulders. Shoulders rolled down the back. Nose stays facing the floor. Inhale and lift. Exhale to release. This time do the legs. Inhale, lift the toes, pull the thighs off the ground. Exhale to release. Breathe in and do the chest and let go. Breathe in and do the legs and let go. So allow yourself to alter back and forth between chest and legs here. You're not using the arm strength to lift. You're not using your neck. With the legs, you just start to play with how you can peel the toes, the shins, all the way off the ground. Yeah, nice work. So do one more chest and one more toes. Put everything down on the ground. Plant those hands firmly. Curl the back toes under. Good. We're going to stretch back again all the way to downward dog. Pressing the sit bones up to the air, paddling the heels. Just feeling the body sway right and left. Breathe. Allow your gaze to shift forward to your thumbs, and we'll walk the feet to the hands. Tabletop the back. Exhale to release. Hands come all the way up to the sky. And relax them down to your heart. Okay, take a step back with that right foot. Right foot presses back in behind you, and the left knee bends forward. Shoulders stay dropped and down your back. Let the fingers stretch up in front of you without letting shoulders come at all closer to ears. Warrior one. Nice work. Breathe. You're just letting all the molecules of your body shift. The heavy ones grounding down into the soles of the feet. Perhaps you're going to lift your toes, wiggle them, and then let them set down. Fingers float up to the sky. Good. And then sweep these hands in, clasping them behind your back, pulling the thumbs towards the tailbone, and reaching the whole body forward. Stretch through the crown of your head. You're not going to roll all the way down. Keep that back heel planted, stretch through the crown of your head. Breathe. Good. Feel how the front leg is grounding you, how the back leg is reaching, and the weight of your front body is sort of distributed over the front leg. Now release the hands and bring them to your heart. Yeah. Lift the back heel. All your body weight is starting to shift down through the sole of your left foot. As you peel off that back foot, notice. Firm press into the left foot. Begin to straighten that leg. Perhaps the back toes will rise. Good. Allow yourself to tip forward. The right hip stays square to the floor. The back heel and the back of your head are in a long straight line. You are only folding as far as you can with control and balance. Push through that back foot. Engage through the crown of your head. Feel lifted across the front side of your body. Long, straight, like there's a board balanced on your back. Nice. Just feel that building strength in the standing leg. Good work. And then bend into that front knee. Take a step back, land it on the ground. Inhale the fingers all the way up to warrior one again. Breathe. Good. The transitions in and out are good, are super important, so keep them nice. Hands reach down beside you. Step forward with your right foot. Okay. Left foot steps back. Ground. Let this right knee reach forward. Reach through the back heel. Press through the front knee. Inhale, hands up to sky. The arms pull down into the shoulder sockets. The fingertips are light. Allow the molecules of your body to just shift. All of that weight downward into the legs, the lightness upward into the fingers. Nice. Sweep the hands back behind you. Clasp them and pull them. The shoulders drawn away without the front ribs flaring. Begin to just let the whole body shift forward. Feel the strength of your legs really turn on as you adjust where your body weight, where your center of gravity lies. Open the chest. Stay long through the crown of your head and your back heel. Good work. Breathe. Feel how you're pressing into the soles of the feet. Yeah. Now release the hands and bring them to heart. We lift the back heel, and in doing so, you feel the front right leg get even more tactile. Getting as it prepares, the front leg prepares to take your whole body weight. As you peel off that back toe, press into the right foot and lengthen it. Good. Find the distance between the back heel and the crown of your head. Imagine you've got a board resting, floating on your back. Fold forward as far as you can with control and balance. All of your body weight grounding down through the sole of the right foot. The right leg strong. As straight as it can be. push through that extended heel. Reach through the crown. Nice work. Be broad across the chest. Reach through the whole body, like you're finding distance from the sole of the foot to the hip, and then from that hip, lifting up and off that hip, forward and back. Nice work. There's a gentle bend into that front leg. You step the foot back when it lands. Warrior one again. Reach through those fingers. Stretch through the front knee. Yes. And then let your hands release down beside you, stepping forward. Good work. All right. However you need to step so that you can see the camera and your feet are wide apart, take that step. Got it? Good. Okay. Let's take our right toes and point them out to the side. Nice. Take the left side of the foot and point it forward. Drop into that front knee. Look down. Is the knee right stacked on top of the ankle? Press down. Feel this inner adductor pull in towards the bone. Back leg as well. Shoulders drop down the back. With an inhale, bring the hands up. I want you to make fists and punch out through those fists. Feel how you've activated the muscles of your arms. Drop the shoulders again. Release the fingers and gaze over that right fingernail. Breathe. Imagine someone pulling your right knee forward and at the same time someone pulling your left fingers backwards. Just feel that version of warrior two. Beautiful. Nice work. And then stretch all the way. The right fingers reaching as far forward as they can go. Good. The elbow can come down to connect and that top hand can go to sky. Press into the soles of the feet. Activate the legs so that this elbow can get really light, opening it up perhaps to the inside of that leg. If that works, stay there. If it doesn't, the elbow can stay connected. Yeah. Stretch through the fingers. Reach from crown of the head to the back heel. Breathe in all four directions. Notice where your body needs and receives your breath. Press into the feet. Bring yourself up. Keep the front knee bent. Front knee bent, front knee bent. Back hand falls to the back thigh. Fingers reach to the ceiling. Stretch. Allow your shoulders to just relax down the body. Here in this pose, I want you to reach through that front knee. Stretch up through the top fingers. Allow the back hand and back shoulders to relax down your body. Breathe. There's power here. You're finding the balance between effort and ease. Smooth and steady breath. Back to warrior two. Yes. All right, best part, straightening that front knee. Bring the toes back to center. Hands can drop to hips, taking it to the left. Left toes point out. Left knee drops right over top of ankle. Let the pinky toe sides of both feet press down into the ground. Find the adductor muscles, draw them in towards the bone. Shoulders drop down the back. Tailbone to crown long. Let the arms lift. Make fists. Punch them out. Feel the muscles of your arms come alive. Drop your shoulders. Reach out through your fingertips. You're gazing left. Breathe. Sink a little bit lower with the hips. Let the left knee stretch forward and at the same time feel the right fingers pulling back behind you. Really asking the body to be pulled in two separate directions. Isometric, there's movement but no movement. Breathe. Releasing that, let the left fingers pull you all the way over to the side. Elbow connects down. Top hand opens to sky. Firm press into the feet. Let that elbow levitate over the knee. Perhaps you're going to open it wide. Stretch through the fingers. Reach from the heel all the way up to the crown of the head. Keep your breath slow and controlled here. Long and slow. Effort and ease. Beautiful. Okay, as we come back to warrior two, keep the front knee bent. Front knee bent. Front knee bent. Good. Back hand falls to back thigh. Front fingers open to ceiling. Reach down into that front knee. Reach up through those fingers. the whole side body receiving your breath. Opening up all those tight spaces with long, steady breath. Good work. Good work. Next breath, bringing yourself back to warrior 2. Shoulders relax, hands reach out wide. Now straighten that front left leg. Good work. Both sets of toes point forward. And then bring the heels in towards you. Good. Now knees are going to reach out over top of toes. Let the hands fall behind the thighs. Just imagine you could press your thighs into your hands. Totally unsatisfying because your hands will feel nothing regardless of how hard your legs work. Let them work. Let them work. Let them work. Good. Now, if you had slid your back down an imaginary wall, lift those arms up and imagine that your elbows and your wrists could also join into that wall. Good. Yeah, goddess pose. Pull the thighs backwards, pull the elbows, the wrists, the back of your skull into that imaginary wall behind you. Breathe. Even as you're feeling the juiciness build in your legs, I want you to just feel the super beautiful flow of breath. So notice the easefulness of breath flowing in your body, and notice the effort of your legs, perhaps even of your arms, of your back. Yeah, good. 5-pointed star. Stretch up, little back bend, breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart. Heel toe your feet back together. Toes and heels touch. Now, if you have a block at home, feel free to grab your block. Because we don't have one, we're going to imagine that we've just taped Velcro to the inside edge of your thigh, and we're going to Velcro those thighs together. Hands on hips. Velcroed thighs together. Noticing in your pelvis that you want to stay nice and neutral. So sliding into a version of chair pose where your bum just falls towards the mat. Your sit bones point down. Shoulders drop down the back. And then just allow fingers to float up in front of you. Breathe. Breathe. Chair pose is the one where yoga teachers are notorious for telling you some abstract story just to keep you distracted from the fact that chair pose can create so much burn in the body. Let's just build a bit of heat. Build a bit of heat. I want you to pretend that some shelf on your low back has just been knocked off and allow the low back to release. You'll feel more burn in your quads. Breathe. Sit bones are heavy, tailbones relaxed, low back is dropping. Breathe. Breathe. Good. Now reach all the way up. Stand tall and a deep forward fold. When hands find legs, you can separate the feet a little bit, stretch the spine into a long straight line. 2 options. If you're protecting your back here, knees bend, elbows drop, and you keep a spine flat, parallel to the floor. If the spine feels fine today, the head can drop off, falling off the end of the spine, tractioning the spine. It feels like you allow your body to fold forward as if your spine cascades, waterfalls from your hips. Breathe. Hands can drop to the floor, to your legs, or perhaps you even grab elbows. Hang out. If it feels good to allow yourself to just sway right to left, go ahead and let yourself sway. Sweet. And hands drop into shins. Lengthen the spine into that long, straight line. Beautiful work. Deep bend into the knees until your palms land on the ground. Let's step back to plank. Good. Shoulders stretch forward over top of wrist. Choose if you're dropping to knees. Now, I'd just like you to lift your right heel. Your left knee can be on the floor. It can be raised. Beautiful. Dropping that right toe. Lift your opposite heel. Yes. I think I said my right and left wrong there again. Good. You'll be right in practice for when we see each other live. Drop down into your toes. Now let's do side plank. You can drop your right knee and roll to the side, or you can roll to the side of the right foot. Stretch up. Choose what you'd like to do with that top leg, but draw the hip away from the grounded palm. Stretch through the top fingers. Let your breath reach into all 4 directions of your body. Breathe. 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 We're going to do that on the other side, so relax down. Ground. Choose if you're dropping your left knee or not. Let's roll to the other side. Let the top fingers open to the sky. Pull the hips away from the bottom grounded wrist. Stretch through those top fingers. Do whatever you want to do with the top leg. Breathe. Breathe. Beautiful. Hands come down. Nice work. Your knees can relax down to the floor and you can stretch back to a child's pose. Or if you've still got some energy in their body today, reach up into a downward dog. Breathe, choosing which one feels better in your body. Noticing everything that your body is telling you today. How's effort? How is ease? What is your breath cueing you for? Is it slow and steady? Is it helping you find the ease in these poses? Breathe. Nice work. Okay. We gaze to the thumbs, we bend our knees, and just let the feet walk forward to the hands. Tabletop and fold. Inhale, hands to sky. And dropping them right back down to your heart. Nice. Right, you ready? Step back with your right foot. We're going to lunge the toes. So just the ball of the foot plants on the ground. And then let the left knee sink forward. Nice. Same way we did before. Let's clasp our hands behind the back and then reach the front body. Imagine you're finding a straight line. Push through the back heel. Stretch through the crown of your head. Feel like the thumbs and the shoulder blades are pulling towards that back heel. Feel like your breastbone and the crown of your head are reaching in the exact opposite direction. Good. Hips release. Push through the back heel. Now release hands to heart. I want you to start to drop your right elbow to the right knee. And then inhale back up again. Right elbow to left knee. And then inhale back up again. Good. Again. And up. One more time. Towards the knee. And up. This time we're going to ground it. So as you bring it across, you can either let that bottom arm just fold over. You can connect the knee. If you're connecting elbow to knee and hands can press, pushing them together, starting to lift your chest up towards your pressed palms. Yeah. Push through that back heel. Stay active. Don't let your right hip collapse. Draw that right hip up and back. Beautiful. Nice work. As you unwind out of this, let's lean forward, put the fingers on the mat. Ready? You're going to step forward with the right foot. Walk your fingers a little bit further forward and then just start to lift that right foot up to the sky. Shift your gaze to your knee and open that right foot towards the ceiling. Good work. Exhale. Right foot slowly comes down, plants beside the left. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Good work. Left. Inhale up. As your hands drop down to your heart, take a big step back with the left foot, lunge. Plant the toes and the ball of the foot. Stretch into that front knee. Good work. Hands release, they connect behind you. Clasp them and pull them down. So allow the whole front body to shift forward over that front thigh. Press into the front foot. Wiggle the toes, put them down again. Reach through the back heel. Feel how the back of your skull, the base of your skull, the shoulders, the thumbs, all reach for the back heel. Isometrically, you're pulling the chest and the crown of your head in the opposite direction. So we don't see movement, but you feel it in your body. Breathe. Nice work. Now, as you release your hands to meet at your heart, stretch the chest, open the shoulders away from the hips. Left elbow turns towards right knee, and then come back up again. Slowly. One's an inhale, one's an exhale. Does this side feel easier than the right or harder than the right? Ooh. Sometimes we've got a different balance capacity on each side. Just notice in your body. Good work. All right, next time the elbow goes to the knee, you can just drop the hand to the outside of the knee, put your right on your low back. If the elbow can connect, the palms can press together. And the chest can start to lift up towards those pressed palms. Push through the back heel. Keep the left hip from collapsing to the floor. Draw that left hip up so you're not letting it release. Breathe. Beautiful. And then as you unwind out of that pose, let the fingertips reach down into the ground. The left foot can step forward. Good. Fingers can come a bit further out. And then just begin to lift that left heel. Gaze to the knee, drop the top of the head. Reach that heel as high up as you feel like it will go. Breathe. Breathe. Lift, 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 and release. Plant that foot down beside the right. Tabletop your back. Big breath in. Nice long exhale as you fold fingers closer to the floor. Big inhale, sweep everything to the sky. And then as you drop your hands down beside you, just stand in Tadasana for a moment. Eyes to the floor or closed. Soles of your feet. Resting and trusting the floor beneath you. I want you to withdraw your senses. Practice your single pointed focus. Feel what is happening inside of your body. The vitality, the life force. The word in Ayurveda is ojas, the container of you. Building the strength and vitality of the container that is you. And just feeling almost that sense that the current, the energy, the vitality that is in you expands past the outer layer of your skin. Just notice that you can feel that radiating energy almost expanding past your actual physical body. Nice work. Good. All right. So wherever you're ready, take that inhale back up to the sky. Allow yourself a deep forward fold. Hands to shins, long, flat back. Deep bend into the knees. Plant your hands. And I want you to just lift your heels up. Yeah. Maybe you're going to let the knees fall open a bit and see if the heels can sort of find their way towards each other, fingers on the ground. So you're just in a version of malasana with your heels lifted. For some of you, you'll have to keep fingers on ground. Some of you might be feeling like you could lift up. Breathe. Beautiful. The winds of Vata, Apanavayu, that down, that grounding force, that down and out force of our bodies. Just really finding efficiency when we come to Malasana, when we come to this pose. Nice work. And when your hands reach down to the ground, you can allow your bum to release. Let's stretch the feet straight out in front of us. Toes lift up to the sky, pulling the flesh away from your sit bones. Feel the length of your legs. Just choosing now what you might need in terms of making the spine long and flat. That might mean that if you bend your knees a little bit, it feels like the spine can be straighter. Sometimes if we straighten those legs, it feels like our back arches. If you have the benefit of a prop that you can slide something underneath your bum, go right ahead. But if you were to choose between bent knees, straight spine, or straight legs and bent spine, I would choose this. Just letting those heels have a little bit of a buoyancy towards you, knees up, and then the spine can be long. Shoulders lift up to the sky, drop down beside you. Just let the hands plant. Push down into the heels of your palms, lift the soles of your feet up, pulling the toes back towards you. Feel the shoulders drop down, away from your ears, down your back. The collarbones broaden across your chest. Breathe deep in Tadasana. Nice. Nice. Good work. And then that right knee can slide in. Good. So right foot can stay on the inside of the thigh. It can go to the outside of the thigh. You know that some of you have the flexibility to sweep that extended leg in. My rule is I'd like both sit bones to be on the ground. So if you get into this position and you're tipped, I'd rather not create a kink in the low back. So keep that long leg in front if both sit bones aren't grounded. Sit nice and tall. Good. Left elbow hugs the knee. Right arm reaches back behind you. Tent into the fingers. Lift the extended toes. Breathe in through the crown of your head and soften the shoulders away from the ears. Every time you inhale, feel taller. Every time you exhale, just turn the belly slightly. Lift on an inhale. Turn the ribs. Lift on your inhale as you exhale. Soften and turn your shoulders. Finally allowing that chin just to float as far back as it wants. Remember my rule that we don't want to twist the breath right out of the body. So just allow yourself to feel the full strength of your breath smoothly drifting up and down your spine. No restrictions on it, even in this deep twist. If you feel like you're beginning to restrict breath, then just back out to the last spot where you feel the free flow of breath. You're using your single pointed focus to notice your exact perfect position. When we come out, your chin leads, your shoulders come second, then your rib cage and belly, and stretch that right leg out in front of you. All right, left comes in. Foot lands in the inside of the thigh or the outside of the thigh. Same check. You can just notice if you drift that right foot into the bum cheek. Both sit bones need to be grounded if you choose to stay here. This side feels okay for me. Lift and lengthen. Elbow wraps around the knee. Back fingers drop into the floor. Good. Every inhale, be taller. Every exhale, drop your shoulders. Breathe in. Tallness. Exhale, turn your belly. Breathe in, tallness. Exhale, turn your rib cage. Breathe in. Shoulders relax and right pulls forward, left pulls back. And then let your chin just follow as far as it can go. Nice. Allow breath to just roll sweetly up and down your spine. Notice that it can be fluid and unrestricted, even in a twist. And if you start getting that twist too much, just allow yourself to back out to the spot where the breath flows. Nice. And chin floats back to center, shoulders flow back. Allow your arms to open and untangle those legs. Nice. Find a spot where the soles of the feet can come together. Your hands can reach down to hang on to the toes, or maybe they find the ankles or the shins. Lift the chest up through the arms. Pull the shoulders down your back, and then just begin to press the thighs down towards the floor. Or maybe you feel like the knees are reaching out to the edges of your room. Breathe. Legs actively reaching towards the floor. Chest actively reaching up between your arms. Shoulders pulling down your back. Neck soft. Chin gently. Shaking back and forth, nodding yes and no. Just making sure the neck isn't doing this work. Good. Good work. And allow yourself to release. Knees come back up to center. Sweet. Finding your boat pose. Soles of your feet ground into the mat. Sit bones connect. Length through the spine. Remember, a lifted chest and a long, low back are necessary. One supports the other. As soon as we capsize the chest, we lose the connection all the way through the low back. So keep both lifted. Yeah, hands can just start behind the thighs, shoulders roll down the back, let yourself lean back. Maybe you're going to lift one toe at a time, maybe both. Noticing how much work your arms are doing to hold the legs in space. If it's not necessary, you can let go and just play. Where's your edge? Can you lift those toes to the spot where you've got just a little tiny quiver coming into your body? The chest is still lifted, the low back is still long. You can feel the effortless effort. Okay, you can feel the effort, and you're working on the effortlessness. That might be easier to say. Good work. Okay, crisscross your legs. Sit nice and tall. Fingers touch the floor in front of you. And then just walk the hands away. Good. Chin comes into chest. Reach through the crown of your head. Take a long, slow breath. Walk your fingers over to the right. Nice. Breathe. Breathe. And then come back to center. Take a nice deep breath. And walk your fingers over to your left. Coming back to center. Sweet. Allow the spine to grow nice, long and straight. Roll the shoulders down your back. Good. Now you're going to recline down onto the floor. Good. You've got 12 minutes left. You're doing great. Recline down onto the floor, and let's find some space to do figure 4. So I'd like you to just draw your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in and stretch the heel up to the sky. And then just begin to rotate that leg in space. Nice. Turn it outward, external rotation, heel drops down on the left thigh. Good. Now open your arms up wide beside you. Often we learn this pose pulling the leg up off the ground, but I really want you to see if you can let go of tension in the back of your neck and shoulders. Maybe you're going to come up onto the tippy toes of the of your left foot. And then slowly let it pull up off the ground. Concentrate here. See if you can continue on every exhale to relax the neck and shoulders. And on every inhale, just shift work down into those legs, down into the core and the belly. Exhale, softening neck and shoulders into the floor. Inhale, drawing the apparatus of your legs closer to your chest. Nice work. Setting the left foot down on the ground, reaching the right heel up to the sky, twisting it, right, left, and letting it drop down to the ground. Same pose, other side. Left knee pulls into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Good. Then stretch it up to the sky. Rotate it externally and internally. Twisting it in the sky, right and left. External rotation, dropping the heel down onto the right thigh, opening that knee up. Good. So rather than sliding our fingers in behind the thigh, we're opening the arms up to the side. We're lifting the heel of the right toes, right foot, and then choosing to let that toe hover and come up off the ground. Soften your neck and shoulders. Don't let the grippiness of the upper body do this work. Breathe strength right down into the legs and the low belly. Breathe. Every exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the neck. Make the legs work even harder. Breathe. Breathe. Good work. Good work. Pull that knee closer to the chest and release it down. Right foot lands on the ground. Left foot reaches for the ceiling. Twist it in the air. Big breath. And let that foot land. Sweet. Heels come in a bit closer. Let the knees fall to the left. Reach out through that right arm. Let the gaze fall right. As you fall into this pose, just imagine that the right hip is drawing away from the right shoulder falling towards the mat, maybe grounded completely, and just allowing the right hip to lengthen and draw the side body long and relaxed. Feeling distance being created between armpit and hip. Let your soft, warm breath release everything. And an inhale can bring it up to center. Good. And an exhale drops the knees to the right. The left arm opens to the sky. That left shoulder stays grounded and relaxed. The left side body feeling like it's just gaining length. It's ready to open after all that work you've done. The hips pulling away from the armpit. The beautiful slow release of that side body. Just letting your warm, strong breath reach into all of the nooks and crannies. We've just been continually finding them all class. Knees come up into chest, come up into center. Heels walk closer. Let's roll the right shoulder under, roll the left shoulder under, plant the hands right beside the hips. Heels can walk closer to the sit bones and lift into your little bridge. Push the hips up into the sky. Some of you might choose to lock your thumbs underneath the waist. Some of you might choose to clasp the hands together and press pinkies and wrist bones down into the floor. Remember to keep the thighs drawn towards each other. Don't let the knees splay open. Find the movement across the front body as it lifts up to the sky. And release the hands out by your side. Soften the spine down towards the floor. Imagining that you've put it in the longest, straightest line that it has been in all class. You've got about a minute to let yourself find stillness here. So maybe you're releasing shoulders. Maybe you're choosing how your knees can come together. If you have a chair or a couch or something close to you, it feels amazing to just lift your heels up and rest them on the back of a chair or a couch. It also feels amazing to let the backs of your calves just rest up onto the seat of a chair or a couch. So you could be like in this position. So just taking your time to find something that would feel absolutely divine right now. Moving around in whatever room you're in your house. And then choosing what feels good for your arms. Palms closed on your belly or open to the side. Bringing yourself to your favorite final rest position. I want you to notice your pratyahara. I want you to notice the withdrawal of your senses. Notice what you can feel coming from within. Just tune into the sensations of your body. The fullness of your breath, drawing in, filling your lungs. The way the heart, the blood flowing through the heart harvests everything it needs from that last breath, that last draw in of air. Filling your lungs with all of the, filling your blood with all of the nutrients it's just drawn from the air. And then going about delivering those nutrients to every cell of your body. Just imagine the blood like the most efficient FedEx delivery system, knocking on every cell door to deliver that package. And so efficiently at the same time, taking out the garbage. And as the empty FedEx delivery truck of your blood pulls back up into the heart, gets rid of all the garbage into the exhale, picks up all the good stuff from your inhale, and moves around, infusing every cell of your body again. Just imagine that sweet exchange every cell gets to do. Answer the door to pass out what is no longer needed, no longer necessary, is used up. And accept and receive whatever is necessary and needed next. Feel your breath through your blood permeate through every cell of the body. Notice if we have succeeded in saturating your body with breath. Notice your awareness, your single-pointed awareness of that prana, that life force in your body. Expanding with every inhale, releasing with each exhale. The spanda, the expansion of it all. Just building your ojas, building your strength and container. Taking a deep breath, letting yourself exhale out through your mouth. Maybe there's a sound that goes to it. You're all by yourself in your own house. You can make whatever sound you want. Nice work. Always letting that little grin come onto your face. Life is good. That next breath, when it comes in through a grin, just feels a little bit more infused with gratitude. It's funny, we never regret coming to yoga. We never regret coming in to tune into ourselves, to withdraw from the busyness of the external world for just a little while, to just serve this body, this mind, this spirit. Letting movement come in however you need to. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Or not, or stay in Shavasana as we would in class. If you need and have 10 extra minutes, take it. Thank you for staying right till the end of class. I'm going to go see if I can tell who's still here. I appreciate you joining us at Alchemy this morning. Namaste, everyone. Have a super great Wednesday.